Here's a weird question. Have you ever bought something you didn't need because it was on sale? Maybe it was a jacket marked down 50% off, or a subscription service offering 3 months free, or a buy two, get one free deal that seemed too good to pass up. You felt smart in the moment, like you beat the system, like you saved money. But here's the thing. You didn't save money. You spent money. And the store knew exactly what they were doing. Because discounts aren't designed to help you save. They're designed to make you spend. And once you understand how this works, you'll never look at a sale the same way again. Let's talk about what happens in your brain when you see a discount. Imagine you're walking through a store. You pass by a shirt. It's $60. You think, that's nice, but I don't really need it. And you keep walking.
Then, a week later, you come back. Same shirt, but now there's a bright red tag on it. It says $60, now $30, 50% off. Suddenly, everything changes. Your brain lights up. You feel a rush. You think, wait, I'm saving $30 if I buy this right now. So you buy it. But here's the question nobody asks. If you didn't need the shirt at $60, why do you suddenly need it at $30? The answer is simple. You don't. But your brain doesn't care about that. Because in that moment, your brain isn't thinking about whether you need the shirt. It's thinking about the discount. It's thinking about the $30 you're saving. And that is the trap. Because you didn't save $30. You spent $30. But it feels like you saved money. And that feeling is incredibly powerful. This is what psychologists call the discount illusion. And it's one of the most effective tricks stores use to get you to spend more money than you ever planned to. Let me show you how this actually works. When you see a discount, your brain does something interesting. It starts comparing two numbers, the original price and the sale price. And when it sees that gap between the two, it feels like you're winning. Let's say you see a pair of headphones, originally $200, now $120. Your brain immediately calculates, I'm saving $80. But here's what's actually happening. You're not saving $80. You're spending $120. The $80 isn't real. It's imaginary. You never had that $80 in your hand. It only exists as a comparison. But because you saw the original price first, your brain anchors to that number. It thinks $200 is what the headphones are worth. So $120 feels like a steal. This is called anchoring bias, and it completely changes how you make decisions. Here's a real example. A study once tested this with beer. They offered people two options. Option A, premium beer for $2.50. Option B, bargain beer for $1.80. About 80% of people chose the bargain beer. Makes sense, right? It's cheaper. But then they changed the experiment. They added a third option. Option A, premium beer for $2.50. Option B, bargain beer for $1.80. Now, guess what happened? Suddenly, 80% of people chose the premium beer at $2.50. Wait, what? The $2.50 beer didn't change. The people didn't change. But now, instead of looking expensive, it looked like a good deal because it was in the middle. The $3.40 option was just there to make $2.50 feel reasonable. That's anchoring. And this is exactly what stores do with discounts. They show you a high original price to make the sale price feel like a bargain, even if the original price was made up, even if nobody ever paid that amount. The number is just there to anchor your brain. But it gets worse. Because discounts don't just trick you into thinking you're saving money, they also trigger something called loss aversion. Loss aversion is a psychology concept that says people hate losing things more than they like gaining things. We're wired to avoid loss. It's one of the strongest motivators in human behavior. And here's how stores weaponize this against you. When you see a discount, especially one that's time limited, your brain starts thinking, if I don't buy this now, I'm going to lose this deal. You've seen this everywhere. Sale ends tonight. Only 3 left in stock. Limited time offer. That's not just marketing. That's psychological pressure. It creates urgency. It makes you feel like if you don't act right now,
you're going to miss out. You're going to lose. And your brain hates that feeling. So you buy. Not because you need it, but because you don't want to lose the discount. Let me give you a personal example. I once bought a $90 course on productivity because it was 80% off, today only. The original price was $450. I thought, wow, I'm saving $360. But here's the truth. I never took the course. It's still sitting in my account, untouched. I didn't save $360. I wasted $90. Because the discount made me focus on what I was getting, not on whether I actually needed it. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Discounts don't just spend you money. They actually make you feel good about spending money. There's a concept in psychology called pain of paying. Basically, when you spend money, your brain feels a tiny bit of pain. It's a signal that says, hey, you're losing resources. Be careful. This is why spending cash feels different than swiping a card. Cash is tangible. You see it leave your hand. The pain is stronger. But discounts reduce that pain. They make spending feel less like a loss and more like a win. Think about it. When you buy something full price, you might feel a little guilty. You think, did I really need this?
But when you buy something on sale, you feel smart. You feel like you outsmarted the system, like you won. There's no guilt, only satisfaction. And that's dangerous, because it removes the natural brake your brain has on spending. Here's another way to think about it. Imagine I offer you two scenarios. Scenario 1, I give you $50. Scenario 2, I give you $100, but then immediately take back $50. Logically, both scenarios are the same. You end up with $50. But they don't feel the same, do they? In scenario 1, you're happy. You got $50. In scenario 2, you're upset. You feel like you lost $50. This is how discounts work. They frame spending as saving. They make you focus on the money you're keeping, not the money you're spending. And that mental trick is worth billions of dollars to the retail industry. Let me show you how extreme this gets. There's a retail strategy called price anchoring with decoys. High-end stores do this all the time. They'll put an absurdly expensive item on display, something nobody actually buys, like a $5,000 handbag or a $10,000 watch. That item isn't there to be sold. It's there to make the $1,200 handbag next to it look reasonable. Your brain sees the $5,000 bag first. That becomes your anchor. So when you see the $1,200 bag, it doesn't feel expensive anymore. It feels like a deal. Same strategy, different scale. And it works because your brain doesn't have an internal price list for most things. You don't know what a handbag should cost, or what headphones should cost, or what a couch should cost. So you rely on context. You rely on comparisons, and stores control that context completely. So what do you actually do with this information? First, change how you think about discounts. Stop thinking of them as savings. Start thinking of them as spending. If you buy a $50 shirt that's marked down from $100, you didn't save $50. You spent $50. That's money that left your account. That's money you can't use for something else. The only way to actually save money is to not spend it. Here's a simple mental trick that helps. Before you buy something on sale, ask yourself this question. Would I buy this at full price? If the answer is no, then you don't actually want it. You just want the discount. And that's not a good reason to spend money. Let me give you another example. Let's say you see a video game on sale. It's normally $60, now it's $20. Ask yourself, if this game was $60, would I buy it? If you'd say, no, that's too expensive for a game I'm only mildly interested in, then don't buy it at $20 either, because you're still spending $20 on something you don't really want. But if you'd say, yes, I've been wanting this game for months and I'd pay $60 for it, then great, the sale actually benefits you. That's the difference. The discount should be a bonus, not the reason you're buying. Here's another strategy. Set a 24-hour rule for any non-essential purchase. If you see something on sale and you feel that rush of, I need to buy this now, stop. Wait 24 hours. Come back to it tomorrow. Most of the time, you'll realize you don't actually want it. The urgency was artificial. It was just your brain reacting to the discount and the scarcity messaging. And if you still want it after 24 hours, then buy it. But now you're making a conscious decision, not an emotional one triggered by a red price tag. This is especially important for online shopping, because online stores have perfected the art of manufactured urgency. Only 2 left in stock. Maybe. Or maybe that's just a countdown timer that resets every hour. Sale ends at midnight. Probably not. There's likely another sale next week. The urgency is fake, but your brain's reaction to it is real. So you have to create your own pause button. Here's the big idea. Discounts are designed to shift your focus. They make you think about what you're getting instead of what you're giving up. They make spending feel like winning and saving feel like losing. But once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it. You start noticing it everywhere. The fake original prices, the countdown timers, the limited time offers that come back every month. And when you notice it, you take back control. Because here's the truth. The best discount is the one you don't use. Every dollar you don't spend is a dollar you can invest, a dollar you can save, a dollar that can grow into financial freedom. Buying a $50 shirt on sale didn't save you $50, but not buying it at all, that actually saved you $50. And over time, those real savings add up to something that no discount can ever give you: financial security. So the next time you see a sale, pause. Ask yourself if you'd buy it at full price. And if the answer is no, walk away. Because the feeling of beating a discount lasts about 5 minutes. But the feeling of having money in the bank, that lasts forever.